Hey guys, this is Nishant, and in this video I wanted to show you guys how you can use the activity, the household, and the purchase behavior tabs within your Facebook audience insight to come up with some really cool ways of targeting your potential audience and potentially having a very good ads campaign. So without further ado, we'll jump right into it. So the first thing you need to do is we need to put in our interest over here, and for the sake of this example and to continue on what we were already doing, we'll go ahead and take the nursing example once again. So we'll do like registered nurse, and once we do that, uh, let's hop over to the activity really quick. So as you can see over here, Facebook will start to give you some data, and you see over here, desktop only have 4% people. You have 70% people that use both desktop and mobile, and 26% of the people use mobile only. So what you have to do as a marketer is to start playing with these numbers, is to start targeting these different people and different segments, basically split testing and see which one converts the best, because you will be surprised at how well some of these segments convert. You might think that, hey, I'm gonna go with 100% of the audience, I'm gonna target everybody and see. But that's the mistake most people make. That's the mistake smart marketers do not make. What they do is they use this data that Facebook is giving you on a silver platter, and split test everything, because different people behave differently, and different people people act differently on different devices. So I personally don't like to purchase anything on mobile, and at the same time, I know a lot of people that purchase stuff on mobile phones. So unless you test these different things, you will not be able to figure it out, or actually get the exact numbers. So I would highly recommend that you go over here to the activity and find out what these numbers are, and then start split testing these different things. Now the other thing that you would also find out is the amount of activity in this particular niche. So as you can see over here, uh, on an average 44 pages liked, in last 31 days, people in this particular niche have made 31 comments on an average. That tells you that a person in this particular niche is making a comment every day, so that means that they're fairly engaged. 41 posts like, 7 posts shared, and these are the average numbers. Some people do it more than this, some people do it less than that. That's completely okay, because this is just the data that you can use to figure out, okay, so if I am running a new ad campaign in a particular niche. Let's say you want to run a new ad campaign in a nursing niche, and you want to run a PPE ad, you want to run a page post engagement ad, uh, and if you want more and more people to share it, so that their friends and families can see that in the newsfeed, well, in that particular case, since we already know that uh, about 7 times more people like a page than share like a post than share a post, what we can do is we could incentivize sharing. We could maybe run a contest where you can make your entry qualification as a post share, because for a fact, just by looking at these numbers, that people are going to like it. As many as 6 times more people than a normal person who shares this post are going to like it anyways. So instead of you trying to go and incentivizing a like to that particular post as a contest rule, you can do a share for that contest rule, and get people sharing this. So you can use this number, do some social engineering, just play with different things, play with different copies, and basically get people to take different actions that you want to do. So that's a very powerful way of knowing what your audience is already doing, and then basically getting them to do what you want to do by incentivizing a particular process. Now the next thing you can do is you can look at the ads click, and on an average these people click on about 20 ads every month, and that tells you that, hey, even though a lot of people don't like to click on too many ads, people in this particular niche are clicking 20 ads in a month. That should tell you that, okay, they're kind of like interested in all the other stuff that's going on. Because if you would see over here, numbers at Facebook are fairly low. Like the number of an average person on Facebook clicks only 4 ads a month, but a person in your niche, which is the in this example, the registered niche, clicks 20 ads. So that tells you that the people in this particular niche are 5 times more likely than any other normal person to click on an ad, and in theory they're 5 times more likely to purchase it. So that gives you even more confidence in your ad. That gives you even more data about your ads, even more data about your demographics, and hopefully you're going to take this and use it for your campaigns. So again, it's a really powerful way of basically finding out the exact device makeup of your audience, like what they use, what they don't use, and hopefully use that to your advantage. Now you could also use it when you're designing. Let's say if you're designing a new site and you want it to be a mobile friendly, and you want it to basically do different things in different browsers. Well, once you have this information, this device information, you can very easily do that. So again, activity plays a very important role in how people are going to respond to your ad, how they're going to how you're going to get conversions. So I hope you play with this data, and I hope you make some very informed decisions. Now the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the household. Now in the household, you have the home ownership, you have household size, you have home market value, you have spending methods, and you also have household income and size information. So as you can see over here, 31% of the nurses are renters, and 69% of the population in this particular audience is owner. So that gives you more idea. So maybe you're trying to run a campaign to the nurses that are homeowners. So your audience insight gives you more information on that. Maybe if you just want to run a campaign to these people, you can very easily create an audience from here. Now if you come down, as you would see over here, number of adults and children who live in a single US home. So as you would see over here, 26% of the people are they only have one person in their household. 23% of these people are only two people. So that should tell you that these people have a comparatively higher disposable income because they don't have too many people in their household. Well, the more people you have, the less disposable income you have. So you could potentially create an audience from this these people that only have one person in their household, and only have two people in their household, and split test this versus the other audiences that you have, because this is the information that Facebook has provided you. Now you also have people, 47% of the people, their house values are between 100 to 250, $100,000, $250,000, and that should tell you that okay, these people have decent homes. That means that they have decent incomes. Just something to go by. And when you scroll down, you're also going to see information on what type of cards that they use. Primarily credit card, it's only 50%. Primarily cash, it's 50%. So if you want to go and target people that you're trying to sell them something, you want to go after the people that are primarily credit card holders, or bank card users, because these people are using primarily cash. So this right here is the target that you want to go after, because they spend primarily with credit cards. So again, you get some really good information on your demographics, and especially if you're running some CPA offers, if you're running some digital products or other forms of physical goods, this information becomes very powerful. The next thing I want to show you guys is the purchase purchase behavior, and some of the retail spending. Now as you would see that you have all the different categories here, and once we do select audience, once we basically put it in the order, descending order, you will see that 57% of these people spend money on subscription services. 39% of these people spend money on pet products. So that tells me that on an average, about 39% of the people in this particular niche have pets. Now that's huge piece of information, because uh, you could sell them T-shirts, by layering their interest about about their pet, and by layering their interest about their profession, which is nursing. So you can make a T-shirt that says, "This nurse loves her Rottweiler," or "This nurse loves her uh, Chihuahua," whatever. Like I don't operate in the nursing niche, so I don't know a whole lot about that. I don't know. I don't operate in the dog niche, so I don't know a whole lot about that. But I'm sure you can come up with some really cool T-shirt ideas once you have this information right here. That this nurse, the basic 39% of the selected audience, that they have pets, because they spend money on their pet products. Now, you see over here in the kids product, only 3% people. So maybe when you do cross layering, or maybe if you're selecting a new offer or something to promote to these people, this information becomes very, very vital for you. Home and garden, you have 13%. So that's again a very powerful niche that you can get into, and hopefully do really well with that. So that's with the that's the information that you get from the purchase behavior, the type of things that these people spend their money on. Now, as you would see over here, 23% of the people are basically in the high spending category, and 81% are used in the low spending category. So if you want to use this as your basis of information to start creating your campaigns, you can actually get all this information in Facebook targeting, and then like just basically go ahead and start running some campaigns to it. So I truly hope that this video showed you some really good things about how to find some very, very critical information about activity, about household, about purchase, and basically use this information for your campaign. So if you have any questions, please let us know. If not, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.